Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. I'm gonna give you an overview of this situation here. There is a link to the article in the description. It is a tragedy. The details at this point in time are fairly light. There is an investigation underway, and I would presume at some stage there are further updates, and perhaps I'll report back on that. It depends on the details. If it's just a little bit of details, perhaps I won't. But if a great deal of information comes forward, perhaps it will be appropriate to make an update. But for the time being, what we know is that an infant, a child, we don't know their name, we don't know their age nor their gender, has died at the facility that you see in front of you, Birmingham Children's Hospital, which, to be clear, is in England, the West Midlands area, Birmingham Children's Hospital. A child has died. A health worker that works at the hospital has been arrested as of Thursday evening. The child died on Thursday. And the health worker, who's 27 years of age, a woman, we don't have her name either, but she's been arrested on suspicion of administering poison with the intent to endanger life. 27-year-old female health worker at Birmingham Children's Hospital, England, has been arrested following the death of a child and arrested on suspicion of administering poison with intent to endanger life. Regrettably, the child died in the paediatric intensive care unit within the hospital, Birmingham Children's Hospital. And that's pretty much all the information we have. So we have been told that the woman has been released, which doesn't seem right to me. In fact, that's, pardon my French, fucking nuts. Why would you do that? Police, why the hell would you do that? That makes no sense at all. Of course, she's been suspended from her position, naturally, but she should be locked up. Why is she being released? That makes no sense. So the article tells us that she has been released while the investigation continues, whilst forensic tests are performed and examined. But what the hell are you doing, police? Lock her up. If you suspect that she purposefully and knowingly poisoned a child to the point that the child died, and we know, regrettably, that the child did die, then don't fucking release the suspect. Why are these authorities getting things so wrong? I'm going to say condolences, of course, to the victim, a child's life. We don't know their name. We don't know their age. We don't know their gender. We don't know anything about them other than that they're an innocent. We know that. Children are innocent. Their life has been taken away at the hands of a so-called health worker. Full condolences to the victim and, of course, the victim's family, who are going to be devastated. At this stage, given the privacy, I'm not aware of any GoFundMe. If that becomes available, if I am aware of that, then I will edit the description accordingly. If you guys are aware of a GoFundMe or similar in regards to this case, please let me know. Point me in the right direction and I'll update the details. If there's further information coming out in regards to this case, and I imagine that there is, then I may provide an updated video. Depends on how much information comes out. If it's just a little bit piecemeal, perhaps I won't. But I would imagine at some point, following the forensic examinations, I would imagine that there is a fair amount of detail that is released, which perhaps I'll be more likely to make an update at that point. But I'm going to wrap things up at this point. So, regrettably, a staff member, a health worker at this hospital, Birmingham Children's Hospital. I mean, how tragic. You're an ill child. You go to hospital. You're the parent of an ill child, and they get murdered, allegedly, poisoned purposefully, allegedly, at the hands of a health worker. I mean, that's going to shatter the parent's psyche, I would imagine. It's going to destroy them. So, of course, condolences to the family and also the other workers within the hospital everyone's going to be entirely shocked by this whole thing. So we hope the investigation goes ahead. We hope a trial goes ahead. And we hope that this 27-year-old woman, health worker, gets the justice that she deserves. Which she won't. There's no death penalty in England. So at best, she'll get life in jail should she be found guilty. And to be clear, we're a long way away from that occurring. This is all alleged at this point, but you know, my presumption is these guys know what they're talking about. But in England, I'm not an expert in regards to this, but I've seen other cases where life in jail has been the sentence, but with parole. And the parole, I've seen other cases where the parole has been after 8 years. And to me, 8 years ain't life. That is not life. So to me, life ought to mean life. And in England, life means whatever the judge feels like it means. Whatever the parole officers feels like it means. Which is a load of bullshit. But there we go. That's what's going on in the West. In the Western world. The West may be the best, but it's still far from good. Far from perfect anyhow. I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. If you do like this content, if you think I've done a half decent job, hopefully I have. Please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. Stick around. I'm posting a few more videos this evening and over the next few days. So that's going to remain the case. I'm going to have a day or two off every now and then, but I've been pretty on top of things, generally speaking. So I'm going to thank you for your time and take care.